Good evening. It is once again time to fix the webcam. Bear with me. There we go. It's moved over a little bit because the other camera kind of sees the actual webcam in its field of view, and it's yeah. So today we are actually doing two things. We are going to learn some programming. It's either going to continue the Java that we started last week, or I'm going to start a new one and do some TypeScript. I haven't quite decided. These are dirty. But at the same time, we're going to play Placid Plastic Duck Simulator, because if you are unaware, in programming there is a term called rubber ducking, which means you talk to an inanimate object, usually a rubber duck. You describe your code to it, talk it through it, in the hopes that you will eventually realize what's gone wrong and be able to fix it. So we're going to have the rubber duck there doing its thing at the same time. Bacon, how are you doing? I never do that, says Bacon. No, I don't think a lot of people actually do it. But it is a term, as you're probably aware, rubber ducking. So yeah, I don't know whether to continue with the Java that we started last week, or to try TypeScript, because there's a project I'm doing at the moment that I'd like to create with TypeScript. So we'll start that from fresh. I'm not sure. What is this about, rubber duck? Okay, Sluggy. Well, this here is Placid Plastic Duck Simulator. And what's happening is, in programming, there is a term called rubber ducking, where you write all your code and then something goes wrong, you can't figure it out, you talk to a physical object, usually a rubber duck. I've got a panda. In the hopes that by saying it out loud, it helps you figure out what's wrong and how you can fix it. I do actually have a duck. I don't know where it went. He fell and disappeared. Hydrate is a really good idea. I'm very thirsty. It's 32 degrees in here, and I still keep up appearances by wearing the wolf hat. Cheers. Sluggy, I'm going to set you a challenge. Clear the request queue. And then you know what I'm talking about. What was I... You don't have to. You don't have to if you don't want to. Print one, says Bacon. I did... Oh, here he is. This is the duck that I actually... Bacon, you might recognize the logo on there. Maybe. But he is, yeah, I thought you might recognize him. He's a 3D printer duck. He doesn't squeak though. Let me put him back up here. You have two rubber duckies. They're cool, aren't they? Maybe I'll collect them. Is that a solar lamp in the background? This lamp? No, that's a very old IKEA lamp from the 70s that has been in Pickle's family since her dad bought it from IKEA in the 70s or something like that. Pretty cool lamp. It's quite heavy. So is that rubber duck sim for real? It is, yeah, I'll show you it. I don't know why... Oh, there we go, it's come back up. So yeah, I'll just quickly explain before I load up the duck sim and show you how it works. Last week we did Java from the beginning. We did a couple of pages in, and I'm already doing a course in Java, like a proper university course that starts in a couple of weeks. So I thought, well, that's going to teach me Java there, right? And I need to do TypeScript for the thing I want to do, and I kind of want to learn TypeScript for other things anyway. So maybe I'll switch. I don't know. What I realized about Java is I don't really like it that much. But so far, I've made one thing in Java before, a Minecraft mod or plugin that tells you which direction you're facing, but not really properly had a look at it. I wonder how fast I could do the Java one, given I have like 10 years of Java. Yeah, that's very true. You could probably just breeze through. You don't even need to read it, although you would, because you wouldn't know what it was asking you otherwise. Right, so I'll show you the duck thing. So I'll go over to the duck screen. Now this is literally... It's literally just this. You are a duck in a beautiful swimming pool. It doesn't do anything, but over time, ducks, other rubber ducks will join you in the pool, and then they will you will eventually end up like over by that on the top. No, you can't move. You're a placid rubber duck. In the top left there's a pool outside. As you can see, if you get to that slide in the top left, you'll end up in that pool. And then you can end up even in the sea in the distance. It's more of a... I mean, I don't really know... Oh, look at that. You can zoom in pretty far. There isn't really a point to it. It's more of an art thing, I guess. You could just leave it going in the background somewhere, which is exactly what we're going to do. And then we're going to pop in every so often when a new duck appears. So you can go to the beach chair camera with E, which lets me go over here and just look at the whole pool. Maybe we'll have this view. This view is probably better because then we can see the whole pool. Imagine this being your mirror back screen. Yeah, exactly. We can screenshot, look around, unlock cursor, select duck. So when there's another duck, oh yeah, I can unlock cursor, that helps. I can point at stuff. When there's another duck, you can become that duck by pressing tab, and they will fall in and land. I've only ever had one duck land, this black one here. Ridiculously good, you mean? So this game is very, very cheap, as you can imagine. It's like €1, something like that. Just over €1. It's very cheap. Oh, here's a duck. So how do we get back to the ducks? I'm not really sure. Oh, there we go. So we have this. Wow, this is a shiny duck. Look at that one. But we will check in every so often. Oh, he's getting over here now. This was made for me. Is he going to go down there? Who knows? Yeah, it's just very relaxing. You just want something to stare at, or you have it on in the background. But 10-hour Twitch stream. Probably someone's probably made it. I reckon someone's made it. So we're going to leave that down there in the corner, and then we're going to check in and see where all the ducks are. Periodically and a bit later, I guess. I'm gonna have some more drink because I'm very thirsty. And the temperature 28 degrees in here, so it's not too bad, but it's hot. How is everybody anyway? We got sidetracked with the ducks and the programming talk. How are you? Is what I'm asking. How are you? That question's to everybody. I'm okay. Glad to hear it. Much better now it's cooled down. Yeah, I bet you are. It's crazy hot. Oh, we got another duck in the pool. What's going on there? Oh, this one looks a bit rusty. This is a rusty duck. Maybe we'll keep this view because then I can easily switch around. I love this way too much. It's on Steam, get it? It's not expensive. Talking of Steam, we need to check out Worms sometime. At some point, Sluggy and I are going to do a joint stream of Worms Armageddon, the classic old school game. I think it was next. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday? I've forgotten. When do you want to test Worms? Possibly Monday. Are you available Monday? Any time, doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, I think we should stream it. When did we say? Tuesday? Wednesday? Tuesday, I think would be better. I don't know. Let's get on with it, with the programming for now. If you see a new duck appear, just let me know and we'll check it out. Right, shall we continue with the Java, or let's continue with the Java, because if I mess it up, we've got Bacon to fix it for me. I don't need to know this because this is asking me about an IDE. I can't actually remember where we were up to. Oh, hang on, I've just opened. Paying my day rate, no. Don't be silly. Oh, for fuck. I'm trying to full screen the... I can't remember my button for F11, which is a bit embarrassing. There we go. Ah, that's fallen down. That's not supposed to be there. Oh, we got some duck action going on. What's going on in there? Two of them have fallen in the other pole. Okay, I'll have to get back to drawing. No worries, Sluggy. What are you drawing? Is it you with a microphone for your stand-up comedy career? Okay, right. Winamp is in the way for some reason. Let's minimize that. Where was we up to? I do not remember. We've done this, I guess, because it's all got the tick on. There is day-night on the duckies. There is. There is. I bet it's more cozy at night time. Oh, look at that. The lights have come on. Oh, he's going in the... No, he's not. No, he's not. Is this gonna kill my graphics card? Is this a demanding duck game? Yeah, we did this. What was next? I don't even know what was next. Greater than and less than. Okay. I hear ducks. This is going to be a distraction, isn't it? We're never going to get any coding done. It's an 8-ball duck and a spotty duck. Look at that. Our original one's still here, just chilling. Ducks are more important. Do you reckon? I don't know. Without programming, these ducks wouldn't even exist. So we was at greater than or less than. We're withdrawing money from our bank account program, and we want to see if we're withdrawing less money than what we have available. Java has relational operators for numeric data types that make Boolean comparisons. These include less than and greater than, which helps us solve our withdrawal problem. Okay. You can save result of a comparison as a Boolean, which you learned about in the last lesson. There's more ducks. I can't keep up with these ducks, you know. There's always just too many. I thought it'd be fun to try and go through it fast, but I can't be asked. Yeah, if you already know it, it might be a bit boring to just bash on through it. It's not timed either, so... Duck is going to zoom. Yeah, I thought that. Oh! He did. We caught it. Where's the new one? Is this the new one? No, that's the 8-ball duck. Oh, there isn't a new one. I guess what happened is this one ended up in this pool. The other one's going. There he goes.
duck 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 I'm a duck dicky ducky dick duck dick duck.
Mr. Hansy doesn't work unless I'm on this screen, so I had to switch back. But we caught him. We caught him. There he goes. Our rusty duck's in the ball now. How can we get a good view of all of it? Like that, there we are. We'll come back to that and see how it goes. I love life right now.
We should write code that is easy for other people to read. Those people can be co-workers, friends, or even yourself. Java does not interpret whitespace, the areas of the code without syntax, but humans use whitespace to read code without difficulty.
Thank you, Mr. Hansy. That's very true. Yes, that's at the start of the course. I recognized the text. Print the expression that checks if the amount of credits you have earned is greater than the number of credits you need to graduate. So what does it want me to do? Print the expression that checks if the amount... So, are we doing an if statement here? Or are we just putting it in the boolean? I'm going to read the next bit. Create a variable called credits after seminar that holds the amount of... See, what it's actually asking me, print the expression that checks if the amount of credits you've earned, which is credits earned, is greater than the number of credits to graduate. Does it not have... I mean, that is it, but it's asking me to print it. Oh, to print it! Of course. I think it was this. I really didn't like how you have to put system.out.print every single time. Is that correct? Have I remembered it correctly? I have. Create a variable called credits after seminar that holds the amount of credits earned after taking a seminar. Okay. Ooh, what's this you're doing? Says Ruby. We are playing Placid Plastic Duck Simulator. Oh, it's getting a bit stormy. It's raining in Plastic Duck Simulator. This one's a happy duck. Look at him. So we're not actually playing He's flying away. He's flying away. He flew away, but came back. That's weird. Yeah, so we're not actually playing Placid Plastic Duck Simulator. What we're doing is we are learning how to program Java whilst playing Placid Plastic Duck Simulator. I'll say it again. In programming terms, Ruby, there is a term called rubber ducking, where you will say your code to an inanimate object, such as this panda, usually a rubber duck, in the hopes that by saying it out loud, you will discover what's wrong and fix the bit that you're having trouble with. It's called rubber ducking. So I thought it was appropriate to have the duck game over there at the same time. Also, it's very cozy, and it's midweek, you know, midweek chill. So it's chill, I hope. Maybe he's had enough of your shit today. Yeah, that's probably it, really. He just wanted to fly away and get away from it all. But he came back, so obviously he didn't have enough. Right, so we've printed that out. What I don't like about Java so far is that you have to do system.out.println every time you want to print something. Very annoying. I'd rather just say print. And this whole strings array arguments and string it, it's just nonsense. Create a variable called credits after seminar that holds the amount of credits earned after taking a seminar. Which is worth credits of seminar. What? Create a variable called credits after seminar. That holds the amount of credits earned after taking a I can't even say the word. Seminar. Which is worth credits. So, what? This is where my brain switches off. I have to read everything about 50 times before I even get what it's asking me to do. Create a variable called credits after seminar. There is a variable that holds the amount of credits earned after taking a seminar. So credits earned is this one, which is worth credits of seminar credits. Nah, don't get it. It's confused the shit out of me. Let's go back to the duck. Oh, he's very... Why is he so zoomed in? Eight-ball duck's gone in a little pool. What is this new one? A fancy pattern he's got. Ducks is getting crazier quicker than I thought. Yeah. There's a lot going on in there. So this is confusing the hell out of me. I'm going to read it another 50 times before I can figure it out. Create a variable called credits after seminar that holds the amount of credits earned after taking a seminar which is why I've credits seminar credits. So is it credits earned minus credits of seminar? Is that what it's asking me? Is that what it's asking me? Oh, now it's saying credits of seminar should be the sum of credits earned and the sum. Bit annoying there's no autocomplete. Yeah, you're telling me. It's driving me crazy. I end up like typing something out and then just put in like a tab in the middle of it. Is this correct? Should be the sum. So that's plus them together. Earned and seminar. Oh, I've spelled earned wrong. Print out whether credits to graduate is less. Okay. Credits to graduate is less than credits after seminar. I just realised I think this needs to be a double. The whole Well, I did it correctly. That was a little bit confusing. The wording was confusing me. If it had said print out the amount of credits left after you've graduated, I would have been alright. Equals and not equals. So how would we validate our paycheck to see if we got paid the right amount? I'm reading this like a newsreader. We can use another relational operator to do this. The double equals, classic. When JavaScript realized that double equals doesn't mean it's the same type of, So they made a triple equals and messed it all up. We can use another... Oh, I just read that. Notice that the equality check is 2 equal signs instead of 1. 1 equal sign is how we assign values to variables. It's easy to mix these up. It is initially, but I'm pretty good at knowing which is which these days. So make sure to check your code for the right number of equal signs. Yeah. So take note, JavaScript and PHP. Make sure to check your code for the right number of equal signs. To check if two variables are not equal, we can use bang! Exclamation mark equals. Bang equals. You've unearthed 2 unlabeled albums, Record A and Record B. To see if these are the same album, you're going to compare the number of songs on each one and the total length of the albums. First, create a variable called same number of songs that stores whether the 2 albums have the same number of songs. Okay. This stores whether they have the same number of songs, so it'd be a boolean. Like so? Is that a thing? It is, good. Now create a variable called different length. That stores the result of checking whether the 2 album lengths are not the same. I'm hearing all these duck noises in the background. I'm going to have to check them out soon. What am I checking? That the lengths aren't the same. Oh, I've pressed something and I've ended up somewhere else. There we go. There we go. If anybody is actually looking at this and wondering what the hell is going on, and you want to know what's going on, just tell me and I'll explain what's just happened. Otherwise, you can follow this course on Codecademy. It's just their normal Java one. Let's check out the ducks for a moment. Oh, this one. Oh, the one that flew away is out to sea. How did he even end up here? That's a funny pattern one. Oh, look at that one. That one's cool. I'd have that. That's cool, that one. Anyway. How could we make sure we got paid at least the amount we expected in our paycheck? We could use greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. Sure, yes. You've been trying to complete a 30-day challenge to drink enough water per day. Yeah, I should be doing that probably. Create a double variable. Thank you for the hydrate, very appropriate. It's actually running out. I've got to go and get some more. I'm going to go get some water. I'll tell you what, because I'm going to be very quick, I'm not going to put the Be Right Back screen on. I'm going to put on the ducks. Maybe that can become my new Be Right Back screen. Although that will make it very quickly the most played game on my entire Steam. Anyway, yes, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to go fill up my glass. I've returned. Fresh glass of water, freshly hydrated. Cat biting my leg. What do you want? Don't know why. Don't know why they're doing that. But let's continue. You've been trying to complete a 30-day challenge to drink enough water per day. Create a double variable called total recommended amount. Okay, let's do it as we're saying it so we remember it. And set it to the product of the recommended water intake. Recommended water intake. So equals recommended water intake and the amount of days in the challenge. Am I timesing these together? Recommended water intake times days in challenge. Is that what I'm doing? I'm lost. That is what I'm doing. I'm not familiar with the mathematical terms of like the product of, but I remember before from the previous one that someone was helping in the chat and they said, oh, that's, you know, times them together. Why not just say to multiply them together? Much easier for an idiot like me to understand. Create a Boolean variable. That's another thing I'm not used to in Java, is typing out Boolean like that. Normally I just do bool in C#. Create a Boolean called isChallengeComplete. Okay. And set it to the result of checking if your intake, so equals your water intake. Intake. C# and Java are very similar. I've definitely noticed that, yeah. Definitely. That's why I took it as another option, another course. So my courses now, I've done 2 C# .NET courses. The final one is coming up in a couple of weeks. I begin it in a couple of weeks. These are all university courses. And a Java one that I got admitted to also starts at the same time in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to be doing both at the same time. So I need to remember the differences if I'm going to progress. Set the result of checking if your intake, your water intake is at least as much as. Okay. At least as, so greater than or equal to total recommended amount. It's annoying me that it's not all fitting on one. There we are. Then print is challenge complete. Oh. False. So correct. We did it. Dot equals. Ah, they have a dot equals in no, I'm thinking of a very specific use case. Never mind. No. Hey Jude, okay. So far we've only been using operators on primitive types. It doesn't make much sense to multiply strings or see if one string is less than the other. No, it doesn't. That doesn't make sense. What if we had two users logging into a site and we want to see if their usernames were the same? With objects such as strings, we can't use a primitive equality operator. To test equality with objects, we use a built-in method called equals. Where comparing objects, make sure to always use equals. Equals will work occasionally, but the reason why it sometimes works has to do with how objects are stored in memory. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. I never knew that was a thing. For the purpose of this lesson, as well as good practice, remember to use equals instead of equals. So, dot equals, the method works everywhere, but equals doesn't, is what I'm getting from that. So really, dot equals is the better one, and you shouldn't really use equals because there's no point. Because half the time it might not even work. To use it, we call it on one string by using dot and passing string. Okay, yeah. Right, okay, I got you. We have 3 lines from a song, song.java. First, print out whether line 1 and line 2 are the same. So we would print out line 1 dot equals line 2, like that, I presume. Is that what it wants me to do? Correct. Now print whether line 2 and line 3 are the same. They are, so it's going to say true. Indeed. So dot equals is a thing. But now I know that. I'm aware of that. Check on the ducks momentarily. Oh, there's loads in there now. All sorts of new ones. Oh, he's going to go in the flump. Is he? There he goes. That one's my favourite one so far for sure. Oh, look at that. That's a proper duck. I like that one. That might be my favourite one actually. Yeah, these are kind of cool. I like the designs. I'd like to have a collection of these on a shelf. We got loads of ducks going on now. Loads of ducks going on. Right, let's continue with learning string concatenation. I like string concatenation because in most languages I've tried, they have different ways of doing it, as well as the normal plus. And I wonder if Java has the same. We've covered a lot of built-in functionality in Java throughout this lesson. We've seen plus, minus, less than, and equal to, and many other operators. Most of these only work on primitives, but some on strings. Let's say we want to print out a variable and we want to describe it as we print out. For our bank account example, imagine we want to tell the user your name is username. The plus operator, which we use for adding numbers, can be used to concatenate strings. In other words, it's used to join two strings together. Is there a string builder in Java? Because in C#, if you concatenate strings, it's all good and well, but it's rather slow in the long run. If you use a string builder to build the string, it's very fast. More writing, of course, but it's a lot faster. We can either use primitive data type as a second variable to concatenate, and Java will intelligently make it a string first. Always? Does it always do that? I know some languages are like, you can't concatenate a string with a double or whatever. In C# you have to convert it with toString. Unless you're doing a print. So many questions. Okay, in our zoo, I thought we was in a bank, now we're in a zoo. We have a certain number of animals stored in animals of a certain species. Wait, hang on. We have a certain number of animals stored in animals of a certain species stored in species. That is a confusing sentence. Use plus to make a new string variable called zoo description. It should hold a string that looks like our zoo has blah blah species. Okay, so to make a string, does it matter what it's called? Oh yeah, zoo description. Our zoo has animal species, so 12 zebra. Is that what it wanted me to do? Oh. Did you create? Yeah, I did actually. For example, we had 5 animals that were of the type Maasai giraffe. The string would say our zoo has 5 Maasai giraffes. Oh, I've put out instead of our. That's one of those things, if you're watching it, you might notice it at the time and you're like, when is the person in the video going to realise that mistake? When are they going to notice that? Thank you very much, Rasmus. 7-month subscriber. What a legend. Absolute fucking legend. Here, have a duck cam. We'll go back to the duck cam momentarily to see what's going on. Oh, we've got some baby ducks now. It's night time also. How are you doing? I'm very well, thanks. How are you? This one's a cool one. Anyway, that's the duck cam. We'll leave that going and go back to the... Yeah, I'm very well, thank you, Rasmus. I'm glad you're here, and thank you for subscribing. It means a lot. Our zoo has blah blah blah. Surely it works now. It does. Drunk, been eating crayfish, and as you might know, I'm allergic to it, so I compensate with alcohol. I didn't know you was allergic to crayfish. I'm not a big fan of anything you have to mess with. Food that you have to mess with to eat it, it can't be asked. Can't be bothered with that nonsense. Print out the variable zoo description. Okay, so that is system.out.println zoo description. Any shellfish, I get the symptoms of a lactose intolerant. I think that's similar to my mother. My mum has she's allergic to like prawns and stuff like that. She absolutely loves them, but she can't eat them. I guess it's a similar thing. Our zoo has 12 zebras. Yay, it worked. Final keyword. Okay, here's one I've never seen. This is a new thing for me. Throughout this lesson, we've discussed the different ways we can manipulate a variable. However, what do we do with a variable that should never change? Oh, so is it like my mind's gone. My mind has gone blank. What am I thinking of? Oh my god, it's completely gone. Constant, that's the one. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Thank you. Me too, I love them, but I found out from the... I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. Alcohol dampens it if you don't swell up. It sounds like it's not worth the effort, Rasmus. It sounds like you might as well not bother eating them at that stage. And yeah, const was what I was thinking of. Thanks, Bacon. For example, the year you were born will always stay the same. There's no way we can change that information. A value like this in our code should be unchangeable. To declare a variable with a value that cannot be manipulated, we use the final keyword. To use the final keyword, prepend. That's a nice word. Prepend. We are the prependers. Prepend final to a variable declaration like so. So just put it at the start. Yeah, so it's like the same as const in JavaScript. Well, I like them, but you know, as Swedes drink a shit ton to it, so really it's a win-win. Yeah, that's true. That's true, I guess. If you're already going to be drinking anyway, you might as well, if you enjoy them. Create an unchangeable double variable called pi and set it to 3.14. Nice. Nearly forgot the double. Print the value of pi. This annoys me. System.out.print. I want to just go like that. Have you played Stray yet? No, not yet. Everybody and their mothers is playing it. Everyone under the sun is playing Stray. I will get to it. We will play it for sure. It's been on my list since it was ever first announced. 3.14. Correct. On the new line, try to change the value of pi. What happens when the program is run? Finished it and it's really good. How long did it take you to finish it? Is it a long game? Because I know it's not a big install, like size-wise, although that doesn't really say how long the game is. 5 hours. That's alright, that's fair enough. Try to change the value of pi. Pi equals 420.69. Cannot assign a valuable? What am I talking about? A value to final variable pi. Yes, because it's final. There is a error. I understand. It's like constant. Oh god, now we've got to build something a bit bigger here. What's the use of having variables if you can't do anything with them? We've now seen some ways you can operate on variables and compare them. The possibilities are endless. We covered addition and subtraction, multiplication, division, the modulo operator, the compound assignments, the order of operations, parenthesis, exponents, multiplication, division, modulo, addition, subtraction, greater than, less than, equal to, not equal to, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to. We covered a lot of stuff. Let's check on the ducks. That's me doing other stuff too. If you go for the story, there's an achievement to do it in less than 2 hours. Oh. Back to our first duck. There he is. One of them disappeared into the sea. I guess he's gone forever. It was the one with the propeller hat. Disappeared into the sea. Not very good. Okay, to review, let's try building some of the bank account functionality we talked about throughout the lesson. Let's do it. Is anybody learning stuff? I hope people are learning things. First, create a new double called updated balance and then store balance with amount to withdraw subtracted from it. Okay, wait. Create a new double called updated balance. Store balance with, so is equals balance minus amount to withdraw. Now you've decided to split your balance evenly 3 ways and give it to your 3 best friends. Yeah, because that's the thing people do. They just decide to one day go into their bank account, get all of their money and just split it equally to their friends. Because that's what people do. Create a double called amount for each friend that holds your updated balance divided by 3. Yeah. Your friends each want to buy a concert ticket with the money you've given them. The ticket costs 250. 250 what? 250 schmucks. Create a boolean called can purchase ticket and say it equal to whether or not amount for each friend is at least enough to purchase a concert ticket. Okay. Can purchase ticket equals amount for each friend is at least enough. I think that's what it's asking me. Ian son, how you doing, man? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. It's a bit funny, one of those 1.9% to finish straight. First, since there is an achievement for that. I guess they not mean to finish it, that's around 50%. Oh, nice! I remember you pre-ordered it, actually. Inson, how you doing, man? Welcome in. So today we're learning Java, the same as before, whilst also looking at ducks in this pool. Here's a cool one, look at that. All different ducks, they just appear over time. All different styles. This one's rusty. Yeah, I did, but I didn't start playing until 9 p.m. Stuck in the story after the start. It's always good when a game hooks you in like that. I was like that the first time I opened this duck game. Then use system out print to print can purchase ticket. Okay. I'm here, what have I missed? Ula, how you doing, my friend? For those who are unaware, this is the man who purchased this game for me to play on this stream. So, it's very beautiful, I'll give it that. There's all different ducks, so you just leave it over time. You literally can't do anything, they just kind of fall into the pool. All different styles of ducks. This one's rusty, he's fallen to the bottom of the pool now. He wasn't there before. Oh, he's back now. Hey Jax, how you doing? You can borrow my account so you can play it. No, it's all good. We're gonna actually purchase it anyway, so it's something I think I would like to have. So yeah, over time these ducks spawn. They can go down this slide over here, and they end up going up this tunnel and back to up here. They can also end up out to sea. Oh, there goes one. And you collect them, so there's we've got this many. This one was here, but he ended up out to sea and disappeared. And I haven't even seen this one either. I don't know where this one is. So the duck in the top right up here, when that fills up, I think that's when another duck drops in. So yeah, it's a very cozy, silly. You don't really do anything, it's just cozy. It's very relaxing. It has a music mode. It goes daytime and nighttime. Like you can press M and put on the little radio. Don't know if you can hear it in the background over there. But yeah, bear with me, I'll be right back. I'll leave you with the ducks momentarily. I've returned. I'm back. How are the ducks going? So that's all they do. 15 krona well spent. Yeah, that's all they do, but it's very, very relaxing. It's very great to have open during a stream like this. Considering the term rubber ducking is very appropriate for this sort of stream. It makes sense. I'm going to play Stray again. I'm going to lurk meanwhile. No worries. Thank you, Rasmus. Perfectly mediocre, of course you're perfectly mediocre. Oh, I'm trying to move the mouse. Turns out I was still in the duck game. Let's move over there so we can. There we go. Let's continue with this. How much money did you give your friends? Use a plus and system out print line to print it out. I gave each friend and then the amount. So that's this. So system dot out dot print line. I gave each friend. I gave each friend amount for each friend. Is that all it wanted? I guess so. So they had 250.25. Oh, it actually wants the dots. Wow, really? Okay. What the hell? What's the point in that? It worked though. Just realised I left the music on the ducks and didn't put the tunes back on. There we go. Who's this guy? What are classes and objects? I'm not going to watch a video on stream. Introduction to classes. So I know what classes are. Generally from C#, but we'll learn about them here too. All programs require one or more classes to act as a model for the world. For example, a program to track student test scores might have student, course, and grade classes. Our real-world concerns, students and their grades, are inside the program as classes. We represent each student as an instance or object of the student class. This is object-oriented programming because programs are built around objects and their interactions. An object contains state and behavior. They always make these diagrams look very confusing, I think. Classes are a blueprint for objects. I understand this, but I'm going to read it for those who might want to know what's actually going on here. Blueprints detail the general structure. For example, all students have an ID, all courses can enroll a student, etc. So it's says run the code to see what it does. I mean, yeah. I want to actually type stuff, not just read stuff. Insan, how are you, by the way? I don't know if you responded earlier when I asked. I don't know if you was I don't know what you're doing. Sleeping, eating more noodles. I don't know. Oh no, I didn't. How good? How are you? Glad that you're good. And yeah, I'm okay, thanks. I'm not too bad. Ajax renamed Hydrate. Good idea. Good idea. Hydrate just like these ducks do. He's going to get sucked up in that pipe. Here we go. A new duck has just fallen in. Oh, that one is dead. I don't know what's. Look at him. What a cool guy he is. Can't seem to go up and down. I can only go left and right. Oh, okay. There we go. Don't really know what's happening there. We'll leave the ducks for now. We'll go back. Go back to this. So class syntax. Fundamental concept of object-oriented programming is the class. Yes, we know that. We learned about that just now. Class is a set of instructions to describe how an instance can behave and what information it contains. Java has predefined classes such as system, which we've used in logging text to our screen, but we also need to write our own class for the custom needs of a program. Here's the definition of a Java class. This example defines a class named car. Public is an access level modifier that allows other classes to interact with this class. For now, all classes will be public. Class has a main method which lists the tasks performed by the program. Main runs when we execute the compiled car.class file. In the code editor, create a public store class. Okay, so public class store. Does it want me to put the main method in? Let's do it here. Does it have to be static? It says define a main method. I've already done that. I went one step too far forwards. Constructors. In order to create an object, an instance of a class, we need a constructor method. The constructor is defined within the class. Take a look at the car class with a constructor. The constructor car shares the same name as the class. Yeah, so the store one would just be like this. To create an instance, we need to call or invoke the constructor within main. The following example assigns a car instance to the variable Ferrari. So car Ferrari equals new car. Instead of being declared with permitted data type like int or boolean, our variable Ferrari is declared as a reference data type. So you could do car dot whatever methods are within it if they're public. If you don't put new when you're creating a new class reference, it will have an error. If we were to output the value of Ferrari, we'd see its memory address. I never knew that. I never knew that that's what it would give you. I presumed it would just be like, this is an object. And that's it. It's raining in the duck world. How cozy. We can initialize a reference type variable without assigning it as a reference if we utilize a special value null. Something that is null has no value. If we were to assign null to an object, it would have a void reference. I love the ducky pond. It is awesome. How are you, by the way? Hello. Ula, why are you not a VIP? Did you need to create a new Twitch account? Wet ducks. I wonder if they smell like wet dogs. Oh look, there's little baby ones. I got an achievement, duck invasion. There's the rusty one. Let's go make it bigger so you can actually see a bit better. That one's cool, I like that one. Playing with my new mouse. Which mouse did you get? Is it one of those ones that looks like a car? Look at this duck. Oh, this one's made of stone. I see. That's why he's at the bottom. That's all of our ducks, I think. Still series. When they die, they turn into stone. No, he was always made of stone. He just sank straight away. He had no chance. Able duck's gonna go in the... There he goes. So we had, yeah, there's a collection of ducks. Here they are. Question mark ones are obviously the ones that haven't yet appeared. This one went out to sea over there in the background. He just floated away. Maybe he'll come back, I don't know. But that's the ducks. The reason they're there, for those wondering, I'm going to explain this again. He left the pool for the big blue. He did. I don't know how he got there though. I guess because he has the propeller on his head, sometimes he would raise up. I presume he raised up and maybe the wind blew him into the sea. But the reason there are ducks, I'm going to explain this quickly again, is that in programming there is a term called rubber ducking, where you explain your code to an inanimate object such as this panda out loud in the hopes that it will help you to discover what's wrong with it by saying it out loud. And people usually do it to a little rubber duck. That's why it's called rubber ducking. That's why we've got ducks. Thank you, Ula. It fit perfectly with the theme of this stream. Right, where were we? Let's explore how code execution moves around a file with two methods. Add a print statement inside our store constructor. So that's in here. With the message, I am inside the constructor method. Like so. And it will... We did not see our constructor message printed because we haven't run the code inside the instructor. Inside main, create an instance of store. Oh yeah, it's does the constructor not run first? Most welcome, that's why I bought it. Thank you, my favourite Norwegian. I feel very bored with gaming in recent times. Feel like it's all the same shit. You're not wrong. I agree with you. That's why Stray is a big difference. But generally, I completely agree. It's all rehashed nonsense. We do not see our constructor message because we haven't run the code. Inside main, create an instance of store called lemonade stand. Does it work like that? Have I done it right? I have. So, Bacon, question. Java question. This constructor, this didn't print out just now because I didn't have an instance of it in here, but this whole thing is the same class, right? So does the constructor not get run first? Because that's how it works in C#. I don't quite understand why this didn't print this and I had to actually do this. Do you know what I mean? Inside main, print lemonade stand to see how Java represents this instance. Okay, so system. So it shows you is that the address in RAM? Something like that. Running the program invokes main, so main always goes first. We create an instance, so we move from main to store. So here we're jumped up here. The code inside store runs, yeah, so this. When it finishes, we return to main, so then it will do this. That's really odd to me. As someone used to C#, I don't quite understand why that's going on. What's the point of a constructor if it doesn't run when you instantiate the class? Am I confusing it here, or is that how it's going? I'm gonna have to write that down as a question. I'm actually genuinely gonna. I don't have a pen. I do have this though. Are you laughing at my sign, or are you laughing at Pickle vaping in the background? It's good, isn't it? It's perfect. The sound. Yeah. You didn't notice her. Well, I won't put it back. Oh, you meant the sign. Okay. Yeah, it's a good sign. I 3D printed it. It's perfect size. It's actually red. I just spray painted it silver to look like a plaque. Our last exercise ended with printing an instance of store, which looks something like blah blah blah. The first part, store, refers to the class, and the second part refers to the instance location in the computer's memory. That's very weird it prints that. I'm used to things just printing out like, oh, that's an object. Not giving me, oh, here's where it is in the RAM. Because this you totally need to know. Let's look at some ducks. It's got bubbles coming out. Oh, I like that one. That one next, that one. LT, how you doing, man? Welcome in. Today we're doing programming and looking at ducks. I'll explain it again. There's a term called rubber ducking, in which you explain your code to an inanimate object in the hopes that it will help you to understand where you've gone wrong by saying it out loud. Most people do it to a duck, a little rubber duck. That's why it's called rubber ducking. That's why we've got ducks. So there you go. Now you know. We're learning Java today. In continuation from previous, well, last week. How are you anyway? How are you, LT? How are you? Did I do this? No, I didn't. Add some state. Okay, I think I missed something. I didn't read this. I didn't even read this. I read it up to here. The first part, store, refers to the class, and the second part refers to the location in the, yes, the location in the RAM, I remember. We don't care about memory location, but our instances have no other characteristics. When an object is created, the constructor sets the initial state of the object. State is made up of associated data that represents characteristics of an object. That is a lot of words going on. We'll add data to an object by introducing instance variables or instance fields. we want car instances of different colors. So we declare a string color instance field. Oftentimes instance fields are described as has a relationship with the object. For example, a car has a color. Another way to think of this is that instance variables are the nouns and adjectives associated with an object. What qualities other than color might a car have? Fuel type. So yeah, that goes outside of the constructor, but within the class. Basically that sentence, sort of what I just said. Add some state to our store class. Declare a string for product type. Okay. So that will be here. So string product type. Is that all it wants me to do? Doesn't want me to set it as anything? Correct. To create objects with dynamic individual states, we'll use a combination of the constructor method and instance field. In order to assign a value to an instance variable, we need to alter our constructor method to include parameters so it can access the data we want to assign. We've already seen a parameter in the main method, string args. Yeah, this is the bit that annoys me about all these extra things. If you just omit this, does it still work? I don't know. What if you don't want no arguments? The car constructor now has a parameter string car color. Yes, here. When a string value gets passed into car, it is assigned a parameter car color. Then inside the constructor, car color will be assigned to the value to the instance variable color. Okay. What does it want me to do? Add the string parameter product to the store constructor. So string product. Inside of the constructor, set the instance variable product type equal to the product. So this here, product type. Please don't tell me this runs as soon as this class is instantiated, because if it does, this is bullshit. If going by what it said earlier about that the class the constructor runs after main, which doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, yeah, so you do have to. Here we create an instance Ferrari. Yeah, so it's going to be the same, but I'm going to pass in this, I guess. Inside main, create an instance of store. So store lemonade stand equals new store. And use lemonade as the parameter. This is what I don't understand. Why do I have to instantiate? Because this is all in the class store. All of this code here, all 15 lines. So why do I have to instantiate kind of itself to run the constructor? Why does main go first and then this gets run after? It doesn't make sense to me. Why not just, when this is made from elsewhere, it runs the constructor, sets the fields, and then runs main. That's how it works in C#. Is that how it works in Java normally? It doesn't make any sense to me. I understand that this would be elsewhere. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because this is main. If this was so if this was like its own separate thing, and then there was a, that makes sense to me, because that will be called here, elsewhere. I see. Okay, so it's just because it's all in this one thing. Yeah, that's a bit weird though. That's a funny way of teaching, because by what that says, you would learn that this class must have, wait, this, it says all classes must have a main method, right? Surely not. Surely that's not true. I'm pretty sure it said that, unless I've misread it. I probably misread it, because that can't be true. No, not true. No, I didn't think so. Let's run that anyway. Yeah, that works. Entry point for the whole app. That's what I thought. And then from there you would put other... It's the same as C#. Well, similar. Ideally, because I don't know why they haven't done it with two files. They should have a store class here, like this file, without this in it, and then one just called, I don't know, main.java with that in it, and then you run this. That would be much easier to understand, I think. It'll get the point across a lot better. Introducing you slowly. Yeah, maybe, but I still think this is a weird way of doing it. Because earlier they had two separate... They had one with two files in it, I'm pretty sure. Whatever. Whatever. It's a weird way of doing it. Because it confused me, and I already know a lot of... You know, a lot of programming stuff. But it made me think that Java was backwards. Print the instance field product type from Lemonade stand. Okay, so system. It's already backwards anyway with this weird way of calling it. Can't you like just import system.out and then just do print line? It annoys me. It annoys me. What did it want? Lemonade stand dot product type. Is that what it wanted? What have I done here? Oh. Lemonade. No shit. Lemonade stand. Their product is lemonade. Static method can be called and it holds no reference to any instance of the object. Normally you'd make static utility functions to do stuff quickly. Ah, right, okay. Someone else said that, I think last week, in last week's stream they were saying about just make some sort of utility function to make everything a bit easier. Multiple fields. So it's the same, just with extra stuff. Objects are not limited to a single instance field. We can declare as many fields as necessary for the requirements of our program. Let's change car so they have multiple fields. We're not doing car though. They're doing car. We're doing lemonade. Constructor now has multiple. Trying to peel off a 3D print brim that was printed slightly too close, so hard to scrape off. Is it printed? Is it cooled down already, or is it still warm? Because when they're still warm, they're pretty hard to get off. If you spray water on it, though. Oh, it's cool. Okay, so you've like mushed it into the. The constructor now has multiple parameters to receive values for new fields. We still specify the type as well as the name for each parameter. Ordering matters. We must pass values into the constructor. Yeah, so it has to be the same. order as it asks for them there. Can you have optional ones the same as C# and other languages? I presume so. Add 2 new instance fields for store. Inventory count of type int, inventory price of type double. I was looking at a list of, according to Stack Overflow, they did a survey of the top languages that people love, the top languages that people hate, and the top languages that I can't remember what the other one was. But that Kotlin, or whatever it's called, was up quite high. Java was fairly low. I think, what was at the top? It wasn't Python. Python was second. I can't remember what was at the top, you know. Kotlin's Java underneath. Yeah, I remember when they introduced it. And everyone was making the old switch over in Android Studio, trying to... I've not really done much Android on its own. The thing I'm doing now is an app, but I'm using native script because I find it very good. I'm trying to switch over to React Native because it's got more support for the packages that I require. One in particular I couldn't get working with native script, which sucks because I really like it. I've used Flutter before, that's really good. But it's a bit long-winded when you want to make stuff for iOS and Android. Like individually, you have to go in and edit individual files for more things than you do with other ones. So it's easier just to use a different framework or whatever. React Native contracts pay shitloads, 700 upwards a day. Jesus. For React Native, not just normal React. I actually hated React when I tried to look at it. It's so convoluted and weird, and I don't like the mishmash of like XML and JavaScript and all in one place. I'm kind of getting used to it. The iOS Android one, yeah, that's the one I'm going to try to use for this project I'm doing. I've made it in native. I don't know if in native script. That's a pretty good one. I would continue using it if I hadn't come across this roadblock that I just don't want to compromise on. But yeah, creating just Android apps, Kotlin, Java, whatever, Android Studio, can't really go wrong. Anyway, let's do this. Add 2 new instance fields for store. So it wants me to inventory count equals new store and inventory. Is this what it wanted me to do? No, that's not what it wanted me to do. It wanted me to create up here 2 new instance fields. Shall we check in on the ducks momentarily, see how they're going? I thought you'd never ask. They're looking good, they are. There's got to be a load of new ones we haven't seen yet. Because they've all been dropping in, surely. I love the lighting, yeah, in sun, the light is beautiful. Look at that one, I like that one. Oh, look at that one. Eat bread every day. Oh, that one's a bit scary. Flowery duck, look at that. Now that one is a player. Yeah. This one just arrived. Inson, thank you very much for gifting the sub there to Dutch. Absolute legend. Was a panda duck? Oh yeah, I guess it kind of was, wasn't it? Beautiful. How many have we collected now? Quite a few. We haven't got all of them yet. We've got quite a few of them. Anyway. Let's let them congregate, do their thing. Thank you very much for that, Insun. Enjoy that, Dutch. You can use the emotes and all that fancy nonsense, as you probably know. What was we doing? Oh yeah, we did this bit. Update the store constructor method with the new parameters. So that's in here. Parameters should be product, count, and price. Oh, this. Is this what it means? Product, count, price. You must use the correct order and type. In the body of the store constructor, so here, it's going to ask me to set these. Did we redeem hydrate today? We could always do it again, but we did. But I'll do it again. So today, just regular old water. It's good for you, right? And it's rather warm, so according to this temperature meter, it's 51% humidity, 28 degrees Celsius. It's actually dropped by a degree. Right. Where were we? Assign the parameter values to the appropriate instance fields. So inventory count equals count, inventory price equals price. Inside main, create an instance of store called cookie shop. Store cookie shop equals new store. And then we're going to have to put things in here. Cookie shop has cookies as the product. Yes, it does. 12 cookies to sell, and each is $3.75. So 12, $3.75. Is that what it wants from me? It is. Review. Text contains a dog class. Play around with the code. I mean, I can see the code. I don't need to play around with it. I understand it. Is Fido older? Equals Fido's age is bigger than Nunzio's age. So if Fido's age is bigger than Nunzio's age, is Fido older? Would be true. Oh, I'm not buying Pro Codecademy. Stop telling me to buy Pro. In the last lesson we learned that objects have state and behavior. What's it going to ask me here? Make sandwich. Okay. In this lesson we learn how to create and call our very own methods inside of programs. Alright, okay. So now we're getting somewhere. Methods, yes. Don't know why I said it like that. Methods, yes. If we were to define a check balance method for the savings account example we talked about, it would look like this. So what does it want me to do? In between the constructor and the main method, so here, add a method called advertise. It should be accessible by other classes and have no output. So that means it's public. It's also void. Does it have to be static? Don't think so. Maybe. I don't think it does. Guess it does. Did you add the oh, it's uppercase. That's what I've done. Let's see if it can be not static. Correct, okay. Inside the advertise method, type 2 print statements. They should result in a printouts. Come send some money. Selling product type. Come spend some money, alright. Come spend some money. Selling, and then it's product type. How did I do that backtick? I don't have a backtick key. I've always wondered how to do a backtick. Anyway, selling. What does it want? Product type. Product type. Oh, it has an exclamation mark on the end. It's always like a little. Okay. You're not going to see the string printed out. Yeah, because we haven't called it.
System.out.print in hello world.
Mr. Hansy can do programming. What's going on with the ducks? Last exercise we defined a new method, advertise, but we didn't actually see it run because we haven't called it anywhere. That's why. We now have a store class with advertise method. Call the advertise method on the lemonade stand object in the main method. So in here we have a thing called lemonade stand, so we can do lemonade stand. I wish there was autocomplete. Dot advertise. Like that, I presume. Yeah, selling lemonade, come spend some money. Nice. Now call the advertise method on the lemonade stand object 2 more times. It should be called in the main method 3 times. 2 more times, what, just like that? Oh, I guess it's showing me that I can reuse it in other places. I presume that's what it's trying to show me. Scope, a method in a task that an object of a class performs. Is a task that an object... Okay, yeah. Inside of the advertise method, change the product type variable to the cookie variable, which is declared in the main method. This should also result in a printout selling cookies. What? Inside of the advertise method, so in here, change the product type variable to to cookie variable. To cookie. That wouldn't work. That's what confused me, because I knew it wouldn't work. No, we got an error. Oh, it tricked me. It tricked me. The cookie variable cannot be accessed inside the advertise method. The scope is wrong. Yeah, because this is defined here. It can only be accessed within this. Unless you send it somewhere else as a parameter or store it globally. Change it back to product type. Inside of the main method, print the string message, which is declared in the advertise method. It's still not going to work, is it? This should print selling cookies. Print the string message. What just... I don't know why I'm doing this, because I know it's not going to work. Foiled again. Oh, it's got me again. The message variable only exists inside the scope of the advertise method. Delete the faulty print statement from the main method. Adding parameters. We'll do this one, and then we'll look at some ducks. Add a method to the store class called greet customer. It should be accessible by other classes and return no output. For now, have it take no parameters and leave the body of the method empty. Sneezy pickle. Greet customer. Modify the greet customer method so it accepts a string parameter called customer. So that goes in here, so you have string customer. Inside of the greet customer method, add a print statement to print welcome to the store customer. We can just copy this. Like that. Wondering what the hell that sound was. I looked over to Ula. Turns out it's the sound of duckies being sucked into a pipe. Yeah, it's the duckies. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. Let's find one we haven't found yet. Yeah, that's not scary anymore. Now I know it's kind of like a panda duck. Look at the ducks. Oh, it's gone dark now. Right, where was we? So we printed this. Inside the main method, call the Greek customer method on a lemonade stand object. So we say lemonade stand dot Greek customer. Pass in a string argument of your choice. Okay. Hello, boy. That's what it's going to say. Oh. It's supposed to be their name, isn't it? Welcome to the store, hello, boy. It doesn't make sense. Well, I think for today, we might leave it there. As it is about time to go on a spree. A raiding spree. I'm going to say this because I always say this. If you're going to leave, please don't leave until at least after the raid. It's only nice to say hello to somebody. I'm going to find someone who's doing a similar thing. Because why not? Or is anyone else playing the duck? I can see if anyone else is playing the duck game. Placid Plastic Duck Simulator. There's 3 people playing Placid Plastic Duck Simulator. Although I don't think any of them are English. So it probably wouldn't work too good. I'll tell you what I do. I'll go with a trusty old Sluggy. So we're doing a stream together sometime soon. We're going to play Worms. Possibly next Tuesday, I think it was. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't remember. But watch out for that one. So go and give her a follow, say hello and stuff like that. And I will see you at the same time tomorrow. Or possibly some trucking. Maybe we'll check in on the ducks. Who knows? But thank you everybody for coming by today. Thank you Inson for gifting a sub to Dutch. Thank you Dutch Luna. Thank you Ula for the duck game. Absolutely amazing. Thanks for your stream. I understood duck and python. Yeah, 2 animals. They're both 2 animals. But yeah, thank you everybody. Go say hello to Sluggy and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. I'll be around tomorrow anyway, so hopefully you're there too. Thank you and bye for now.